Aloha, Keeaumoku Kapu from Lahaina. The question imposed upon me is the process of redemption, or how families can go home to figure out whether or not they still have an interest to lands out there. And I always encourage everybody that the Indices Awards that was made by the Board of Commissions to quiet land titles in the Hawaiian Islands is the first pursuit. Once you find that land commission award that was awarded to you, kupuna, you write the numbers down on the land commission award royal patent where the property is located. Yeah, so when you go through, it'll show the location of the property, the size of the property, where the property is located, yeah, haleo, and the name of the awardee. Once you find that, you jot all that down. And the next step, I would say, is you go into your genealogical research on that individual that is in the Indices Awards. So, perfect place and perfect opportunity today because of technology. This is one of them, Papa Kilo database, which was created by the Office of Hawaiian Affairs. Can help you start the process on whether or not you have probate, you have the Palapala Sila Nui that was awarded to your families, and that's what you're looking for. You're looking for the Palapala Sila Nui and the royal patent. So the Palapala Sila Nui is a land commission award. Okay. Once you make copies of that, then you get that on the side. That's your end product of where you gonna find yourself trying to tie your connection of your koko or your bloodline directly from you to the land commission award that was awarded to the kupuna. Other places you can go is the archives, state archives in Oahu. Like I said, the courthouse is another good area to look because you're looking for probates on whether or not any of your families had probates out there. And I have a few probates in here that was probates from certain families. Yeah, and this is kind of like my family of the probate that was in there that shows how many in the family that had an interest to the so-called person that passed away. Okay, that becomes information for you. So when you're doing genealogy, basically, genealogy, like a lot of genealogists says, the best way to do genealogy is a pedigree chart. So this is kind of a pedigree chart where you get two brothers, one of them married Kamamaluula, married Mele, and had all these kids, and you know that's like a pedigree. But when you're going for Kuleana Lands and whether or not you still have an interest, the way to go would be by affidavit. So the affidavit I have before me is my affidavit that ties me to a property in Kauula on a Royal Patent Land Commission Award 6507 upon a 1 Royal Patent 3457. Okay? So my pursuit to that property was, like I said, from the beginning, the mahele. Then the most simplest thing in the form of an affidavit to show your direct koko bloodline is starting from you. I, Keeaumoku Kapu, am of lawful age and competent and was born in April 28, 1963. That's the birth certificate. Then the next would be my father, his affidavit or exhibit. That's B. That's my relationship to my dad. Then my mother and father, who was married, and because it shows their birth when they were born, the trait they were into, my mother's birth, their parents. That's really important information. My grandmother, which is Julia Kapu, who she was married to, and it's a death certificate, but it still shows, direct tie. And that's what you're trying to do. Everything has to be direct, no cheating. Then Julia Kekai, which was my great-grandmother, and she was married to Manuia Kekai. Yeah. Then the next one would be Manuia Kekai, who his father was, and it was Kekai Haya. Then from there would be native testimony, of Kekaihaya, or Haya, the name Haya, which was Kekaihaya's father. And this was a property in Olawalu, 7719 to Haya. And it shows the description of Haya's property, 7719. This is all good information that you got to submit in your affidavit to show that you have a direct tie to this individual named Haya, and he had a son by the name of Keawe Haya, which is the brother to Kekai Haya. Then from here, you go right into the census report that shows that Keawe was also married to a Kekua. And there's about another 5 or 6 more families to the property. Then other information such as the direct tie to the Royal Patent Land Commission Award, which would be the Palapala Silanui. So once you get all that put together, the last thing you would do is go to a notary. I went to what is that? First Hawaiian Bank to get it notarized. Once you get it notarized, then you're set. That your affidavit is done. You want to pursue it even more, like how I went directly for the Bureau of Conveyance, State of Hawaii, and submitted this document in there under the land court. Yeah. So once they clear it, not necessarily going to clear everybody, because if you make one mistake on here, one little bit mistake, and I'm going to show you one mistake, is if you don't add the SS over here or in the notary page, if you don't add your name on the bottom of the signature area, yeah, like I almost did a boo-boo on this. I'm glad I caught them before I did the notary. Yeah, you got to add in capitals, not in capitals, but just your name, and you sign above. If you don't have your name on the bottom and it just says signature, they're gonna kick it. They're not going to file it. So once they file it, and once they give it a docket number, yeah, this is your pala to go home. Literally, that's simple. So you have enough information to challenge the validity of somebody that is claiming your property on whether or not they control the 100% interest, which my theory, I believe, they don't control the 100% interest. They only control an interest on how many families that have been deprived. So that's the next step. Once you get this, that's your title. And it shows from you, all of it, way from the time it was awarded to your kupuna, yeah, that you have a direct descendancy claim. And that's your title to go home. Simple.